on to Marseille against Auxerre, played 24 hours earlier, and what you can see there, the rain proved to be the story of the night, because this game didn't get finished. Fortunately, you have to say, for Auxerre, the team with the outside chance of taking the championship away from Lens or Lyon. But that was Marseille going into the lead. But it's a goal that won't stand in the overall scheme of things come the end of the season, because the heavens opened once again. You can see the water there splashing up every time the players go for the ball. It clearly was getting ridiculous, and the game was becoming farcical. Even Frank Leboeuf having a word with the referee about it, and his side was leading 1-0. Well, the Lyon and Lens camps certainly won't be happy, but Auxerre certainly will, because they're going to... Well, Paris Saint-Germain took on Bastille. Always a tough game to go to Corsica and pick up anything, but Paris Saint-Germain fourth going into this one, and with Auxerre's match being called off with the better goal difference, PSG knew that a victory would take them into third spot, but 11 points off the pace. No question of them hauling themselves back into the championship hunt. But Bastille, never easy. They're in 12th spot, Bastille, so European football very much beyond them. They look to be set for a mid-table end to the season. Ronaldinho pulling that effort past the post. Corner then for Bastille, flicked into the middle, and Mendy frustratingly lifting the ball over. Found himself space, but couldn't convert it. The build-up from PSG. Aloisio, though, knocking the ball through, and now Ogbesh, the Nigerian, just losing his footing. Done well this season, Ogbesh. He's forced his way into the starting lineup. Now Ronaldinho, who's looking far more confident than he did at the start of his PSG career, and a wonderful ball through to Ogbesh, and that would again be the winning goal. Goals very sparse around the Championnat tonight, but 4 minutes into the second half, Ogbesh tucking in the winner. But as always, Bastille responded well to going behind and put PSG under all sorts of pressure. That was Jeunesham whistling in the effort. Letizi just did enough to get a hand to it. Now, one of the substitutes was hit by something thrown from the crowd. Well, no goals at the Stade de la Beaujoire between Nantes and Sochaux, but they all seem to come at the Stade du Rouderou. Guingamp and Lorient shared 7, would you believe? Lorient, who like Bordeaux, had booked their place in the League Cup final with a 1-0 victory over Rennes in the semi-final at the weekend to go through to their first ever major cup final in France, Lorient, but they very nearly went one down very early on. Drogba with the effort for Guingamp. A real relegation tussle, this one. And Guingamp knew that victory over Lorient would lift them out of the bottom two and drop Lorient back in it, after they performed miracles in recent weeks, Lorient, to climb off the bottom. It's going to be a real dogfight to stay out of those two places at the foot of the table. But it's a strange game, this one. 7 goals, but only 1 in the first half, and that came in the 45th minute. Jean-Claude Darcheville with an opportunity before that. What a season he's had, hasn't he? Lorient's first season in the top flight, and he's second top scorer with 17 goals. Jean-Claude Darcheville, for a side that's in a relegation fight. That's some going. Well, Amal doing well to deny Guingamp the lead there. Now Stefan Carno's free kick fed in. The header wide from Tasfal. Guingamp getting on top towards the end of the first half. And Bardon finding the back of the net in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Great football to work the opening, and then a neat finish as well by Bardon. 1-0 to Gangon. And at this point the game was nothing special. Guilacom reasonably happy his side were 1-0 up, but it was nothing compared to the fun and games that would happen the other side of half-time. 5 minutes in, Stefan Carno, 2-0 Gangon. Now it looks plain sailing, doesn't it, at 2-0? And a place out of the bottom two looks on the card for the team in red. But then just 1 minute later, Lorient responds. Jean-Claude Darcheville with his 16th goal of the season. And suddenly Lorient were back in it. Took it so well, Darcheville. Amoku won't be happy with the way he came off his line to leave the open goal. But once again, Gangon responded. And inches past the post. So nearly a third goal for Gangon. Drogba with that effort, and that's a matter of inches away, isn't it? Well, Guilacom looking a worried man. His side 2-0 up for literally 60 seconds. Then Darcheville opening up his run again. Great ball into the middle. And it's 2-2 from Moussa Saïb. Great play again from Darcheville. Moussa Saïb unmarked, 2-2. What a comeback from Lorient. They have been involved in some absolute cracking games this season, Lorient. For the neutral fan, if you want to see a game in France, take your chances with the Lorient game. They're often real goal fests. Well, Gangon were 2-0 up for just a minute in the first half. Lorient were level for just 2 minutes in the second because Carno bagged his second of the night. Straight in from the free kick. Question marks unquestionably over Amal's positioning. But Gangon back in the lead by 3-2. After all that good work from Lorient. And then what about that for a fourth? Malouda. 4-2 Gangon, 18 minutes to go. Once again, the Brittany team restoring their 2-goal lead. That's a great strike, instinctive finish as well. 4-2 to Gangon. Malouda clearly happy with that. And for Lorient, frustration as they would be dropping into the relegation zone. Well, a penalty given for something not too clear in the penalty area. Jean-Claude Darcheville with the cheekiest of spot kicks for goal number 17 this season, just chipping it into the middle. Sign of a player really on top of his form and in really confident form as well. But 4-3. Could Lorient do the impossible and snatch a draw? Great effort. And not far away either. What a goal that would have been from Moussa Saïb. But it just wasn't to be. Gangon league leaders Lens as they took on Rennes. With disappointing week, Rennes, they were beaten in the semi-finals of the French League Cup by Lorient, so they were looking to bounce back in the League Championship, trying to stay clear of the relegation problems. Rennes, it's not the best place to come though, the Félix Bollard Stadium, when Lens are in terrific form. They're unbeaten here so far this season, the home side. And they were immediately on the attack, putting Rennes under all kinds of pressure. El Hadji Diouf laying the ball back. And a good effort driven in by Moriera. Rare attack though for Rennes. Plenty of men up in the penalty area to deal with this one. And the header just past the post. It was Gregory Paisley getting in there. And just off target was Diatta. It proved to be a rare opportunity. There was once again Lens on the attack, and Sibierski with a fantastic finish after 15 minutes, giving the home side the lead, to the delight of the 35,889 spectators. What a great strike from Anton Sibierski. 1-0 to Lens. The leaders up and running once again. They have the second best home record behind Lyon Lens in the championship, and there was no question that they were going to win this one. Good defending by Diatta, this time at the right end. His header just wide earlier on, but this time heading over the top. Into the second half now. Revellier laying the ball inside as Rennes looked to build another attack. And it was a good opportunity, this one as well. Just past the post, though, in the end. And frustration for the away side. Sorleen with that effort. And a free kick from way out for Lens. Moriera again putting himself about, but Durand saving well in goal for Rennes. Nice skill there on the edge of the penalty area from Moriera. Now Joel Muller really trying to up his side's impetus in the second half. They needed a second goal, and they wanted a penalty there as well. Moriera, good first touch, but then he kind of stumbled himself, and there was no question of a penalty, really. It was almost comic that he wanted one. And then Sakura playing the ball inside. Good build-up this from Lens. And that's 2-0. Stefan Pedron in stoppage time for Lens. Another 3 points from them. They conceded just 6 goals at home all season. And that was the 29th in their favour. Lovely build-up. But what a cool finish from Pedron. Got a fine shot on him, and no question of him finding the back of the net from there. Valerian Ismail